Right, folks, the showbiz news section. Well, I've no showbiz news for you today, folks. I've got two thoughts on a couple of stories I've read, but no showbiz news as such because there's not anything out there. It's really, really quiet. So I'll take this minute, if you don't mind, to ask if you've got anything you'd like me to cover showbiz-wise, or anything for that matter, anything at all on the channel that you'd like my thoughts on, so we can discuss it in the comment section or bring other people in. Just tell me in the comment section or channel email, by all means. Any subject of anything of any kind. Somebody commented about 3 or 4 months ago when I offered this, speak about electric cars, and I messaged back and said, I can't really because I know nothing about them at all. But if it's a subject that I've got an opinion on or that I think I know something about, whatever it might be, it can be anything off the wall, it can be about anybody in showbiz, it could be anything. Just let me know. Put it in the comment section or send an email and we'll look at it. Right, showbiz. Okay, only a couple of things really. Very, very sad to read the story about David Hasselhoff's ex-wife. You may have read over the last couple of days she's dead. Turns out she's actually shot herself, killed herself. And the daughter's discovered the body, which must have been absolutely awful. His ex-wife is, I think, early 60s now, I think. I believe they split up a few years ago and he's done what many do and ended up with a younger model. She's never forgiven him. She was an ex-star, I think it was Baywatch, although I believe she only appeared in about 14 episodes. She wasn't one of the lifeguards on the beach, I don't think. Anyway, they met whilst doing that. He wanted to take her out. She didn't want to know. She was married at the time. He split up from his wife, ended up with her. They had a kiddie very, very quickly and got married and ended up with 2 kiddies. I believe she's had issues during the course of her life with booze and with drugs, but so was he. Anyway, it says that in the end, he found somebody younger and he left her. And she never really recovered. I believe she was sour about it for the rest of her life. She always felt betrayed and, gutted with the old shooting match. She did get a reasonable alimony early on, and it dropped massively when the kiddies left home or when the kiddies were old enough. And I think for the last few years, I believe she's been living in what was a nice place and let it go to rack and ruin, and probably almost like squalor, but squalor in a reasonably expensive place. She's gone from being very house proud and proud of her own appearance to just letting herself go, they say, which is just really, really sad. But to shoot yourself, it must be bad. I mean, Hasselhoff, I can't say I like him. I don't know him, but he's one of them actors that I've never took to. But I don't really know him. I mean, I've never ever seen an episode of Baywatch. I've never seen Knight Rider. I know he did Celebrities at the Jungle over here. I never bother watching that. I know he's been a singer, but I don't think particularly good. I've just never took to him really, but I know he's made a good few quid throughout his life. He's doing okay now. Sadly, his ex-wife isn't. And then I'm reading today more on Gene Hackman and his wife. I told you yesterday what the post-mortem had said, or the autopsy, whatever it was, of what he's died of and what they pretty much sure she's died of. And I'm reading things today telling us how it would have been for him in the last week, how she would have died, how the dog has died because it wasn't fed, and how it'll be going mad and its whines will be good. And I'm thinking, this is just people guessing what's going on in the last week. None of them know. And they're selling stories and making stories up that are getting printed and people are getting paid for it, saying what's happened in the last week of Gene Hackman's life and the last week of his wife's life. And I'm thinking, how can they put these stories in the press when they just don't know that these things have happened? They're just guessing it all and earning from it. And I'm just thinking, let them die in some kind of peace and give them some kind of respect rather than making pigging stories up. Anyway, that's it, folks. I've trolled all the places to go for the showbiz stuff, and there's just no gossip out there today. Nothing at all. Which is why, again, as I say, if you've got anything you want me to comment on, put it down below or put it in an email and we'll have a look at it. Anything at all.